Legal experts are accusing Judge Eileen Cannon, the judge overseeing the Trump document trial down in South Florida, who, of course, by the way, was appointed by Donald Trump to the federal bench. But legal experts are accusing her of basically slow-walking this entire trial in order to benefit Donald Trump and give him not only more time to prepare, but also to possibly push it back further so that it doesn't interfere with the Republican primary schedule. Out of all of the trials that have been set for Donald Trump, whether they're civil trials or criminal trials, even though the indictments in the documents case came first, that's actually going to be the last trial that Donald Trump is going to face next year. Like, that one's set for like mid-May, I think. The other ones are going to begin, he's got one in January with Eugene Carroll. Then you've got, March, April, and this one's going to be last because, it was first. So that makes no sense of her setting that date, especially when this one is like the most glaringly obvious case that there is. He had the documents. He was literally caught red-handed with the documents. We don't need to push this to May. We could have had this thing wrapped up already at this point. But Judge Cannon, in her efforts to protect Donald Trump, pushed it all the way back to next May. But that's not the only thing she's done. This week, she finally ruled on a motion for a hearing that the prosecution, the Department of Justice, had requested weeks ago. And this hearing is about a potential conflict of interest that the lawyers representing Donald Trump's two co-defendants have in the case. According to the prosecution, two lawyers that are representing both Walt Nauta and De Oliveira, the two co-defendants, those lawyers representing these two guys are also representing some of the witnesses that are going to testify against those two defendants. So the prosecution says, listen, we obviously have a very big conflict of interest. They filed this motion weeks ago. And they said, we just need to have a hearing to see if this is going to be a problem or if, somebody needs to get a new lawyer. Cannon sat on it for weeks, folks, weeks. Didn't make a decision. Finally, this Monday, she's like, all right, let's do a hearing in 3 weeks. So you already sat on it for several weeks. Now you push the hearing back. Actually, it's like 2.5 weeks. What's the goal of that? Like, what's the point of that? Both sides are actually ready to go right now in this conflict of interest hearing, but you're not letting them do it. And it's either because, possibly a combination of both, one, you're trying to protect Donald Trump, give him as much time as possible to prepare, or two, you don't know what the hell you're doing. And I am willing to bet that it is some kind of combination of both. This is an individual who I've said multiple times before. She has tried 4 criminal trials as a judge. She has overseen 4 of them. We've talked about the fact that in many of those trials, she screwed up so badly that basically the trial didn't count. And she spent a grand total between those 4 trials of 14 days hearing criminal trials. So maybe she's just learning as she goes because she's unqualified to hold the position that she holds. Everybody's talking about like, oh, we've got all these aging politicians. They don't even know what they're doing. We should do something about these people who don't know what they're doing in DC. I agree with that, but we should also do something with the people who do not know what they're doing in the federal court system. People's lives hang in the balance. She controls people's fate, and she doesn't know how to be a judge in a criminal trial. So she is either grossly incompetent, grossly corrupted in favor of Trump, or some kind of even more disturbing combination of both of those things. Whatever it is, this judge is not qualified to hear this case. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.